is a touchdown and a one-handed catch. Oh, ball is loose. Can you believe that hit? Cuts back, splitter moves, touchdown. Braxton Miller going downfield, caught, loose football, all the way for a score. They come out throwing, and it is caught, and a touchdown. LSU, Matthew. Are you kidding me? Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. Hey there, welcome into the 2011 College Football Top 25 Plays of the Year. I'm Dari Nocum. You just saw some of the sights, heard some of the sounds from this past college football season. They were what made the year so great. Well, today we're going to count down the top 25 images and give you a closer look at each individual one. So let's go.
Number 25, Kentucky versus Vanderbilt.
Here's Stacy. Big hole on the left side. Zach driving the pile inside the 5. Still moving the pile. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable.
And Coach likes that one. Loves the effort, and that one filters down through the entire team. The effort of Zach Stacy and the block of Josh Gillespie, the right guard, number 69, allowed that play to continue, and the result is a touchdown. Unbelievable run.
Number 24, South Carolina's Melvin Ingram.
It's a fake. Executed to perfection by South Carolina.
I remember being in studio with John Saunders at ABC in Bristol watching this play, and I was in disbelief that this defensive tackle, this 276-pound mammoth, was looking like a running back running through the line of scrimmage. He makes about 3 different guys miss, gets out into the open field, and then the funniest part of this play, Georgia punt returner Brandon Boykin wants absolutely nothing to do with Melvin Ingram, and I don't blame him. He dives for his knees, might have tried to bite him in the ankle. Melvin Ingram easily squirts around him, gets into the end zone for the huge touchdown so they can take the lead at the end of the half. If you didn't know who Melvin Ingram was before this game or before this play, he was a household name after this fake punt. It was remarkable. Mark Richt threw his headset onto the field, got everybody fired up. Easily one of the most memorable plays of 2011.
And that's a defensive player, and the fake was executed to perfection. Big dude was going. The next playmaker in our countdown had plenty of big-time runs. He ended the season as the nation's leading rusher at 150 rushing yards a game, second nationally in rushing yards with 1805. Yeah, this guy can do some things.
Number 23, Oregon's LaMichael James.
LaMichael gets the ball, cuts it up the middle. Nice little run, gets into the open. Here you go, 30, 20, LaMichael James, his first statement of the game. Touchdown, Oregon.
Michael James, one of the toughest football players you're ever going to come across, and he displayed that on a very soggy night at Stanford. Look at LaMichael James just dance around with no issue. That's Stanford. You expect the home team to be on their feet. They're the ones flopping all over the field. LaMichael like a gazelle, like a little deer, cutting to the right, to the left. Watch how many Stanford guys, that's their home stadium, are slipping and sliding all over the place. And then you got LaMichael just dancing around, field conditions, no problem. And I would bet Jim Harbaugh, the coach of the 49ers that drafted LaMichael in the second round, watched this game closely. It was a huge national game, and LaMichael shined, showing that big play ability that led him to shatter all of Oregon's all-time rushing records.
Number 22, Louisiana Tech versus Mississippi State.
Man, booming punt for Ryan Allen all the way back to the 20, and then Bumpus having issues picking it up. Dances to his right, gets to the edge, 30, cuts inside to the 40, now hangs a left turn. Bumpus may go the distance. Bumpus, one man to beat, and Bumpus is gone. 82-yard punt return touchdown.
Bumpus kicks it around back there, finally picks it up, and this is where athleticism, just sheer athleticism takes over. Instincts, run into open space, avoiding guys. Sheds a bunch of tacklers, lets his speed take over, and Rob Stone, that is a definite top 10 play of the week right there.
Number 21, UCLA's Nelson Rosario.
It was their first game of the season, and you wouldn't know it watching Nelson Rosario at UCLA. Great wide receiver, clearly mid-season form as he goes up against two Houston defenders, spins, never loses stride, grabs the ball while giving the defender a hug. Yeah, thanks for the help, Mr. Houston Cougar. And we thank Sports Science for helping us understand how this is even possible.
More than 50 yards downfield, wide receiver Nelson Rosario makes an amazing snag with his right hand. Unable to see the ball, Rosario relies on what's called kinesthetic awareness to find the ball with his left hand. Yet surprisingly, having McMillan between himself and the ball might have actually helped Rosario hold on to the ball. Some alignments of the shoulder, elbow, and wrist can reduce grip strength by over 40%. But having a defender in his grill forced Rosario into a nearly ideal upper body alignment to generate maximum grip strength. And the extra body between the ball and the ground significantly increased the duration of impact, reducing the peak accelerations experienced by the ball by as much as 50%. This extra shock absorber helped Rosario hold on to the ball when he got pancaked with over 1,600 pounds of force.
5 plays down, and we haven't even begun to touch the surface of the 2011 college football season. So stick around for a lot more unbelievable catches.
Juggled and caught at the 40.
Gritty defense. Amazing runs.
Right down the sideline. Can he stay in bounds? And he's in.
And game winners.
Woody. Touchdown, they get it.
Welcome back to the 2011 Top 25 College Football Plays of the Year.
Number 20, Auburn versus Clemson.
Boyd with time, and Watkins again, first down and more. A foot race, there goes Watkins. He'll take it all the way. Clemson leads, touchdown. 65-yard catch and run for a touchdown by true freshman Sammy Watkins, and Clemson leads for the first time.
It's a great zone beater and a man beater. Earlier in the game, they ran it against man. And same results here in zone coverage. Sammy Watkins slides away from the backer. Taj Boyd sits on his backhand, delivers a pass. That's high execution right there.
We got greatness in us. So I told him, you got greatness in you, but you got to make a decision to be great. They made a decision to be great today. And I couldn't think of a better place to end the street in Death Valley, South Carolina, baby.
A fired-up Dabo was nothing unusual to college football fans this past season. Clemson behind freshman wide receiver Sammy Watkins, 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. They ended Auburn's 17-game win streak that led the nation. Speaking of Auburn, at the time the defending national champs, really just kind of a scary start all around for that team.
Number 19, Auburn's special teams.
Based on numbers, you would think the ball is going to go to Auburn's left.
That's the direction it heads. A high fly. Auburn's got it. That will come back to the point of where he caught it, but Auburn will have the ball with 2:02 to go.
It's Auburn-Utah State, and it's the first game of the season, and you're at home, and it's a huge game. It's a huge game because you have to start the season off on the right foot. And so with 2 minutes to go, do you onside kick or don't you onside kick? And I think Gene Chizik made the exact right call. It was a gutsy call because if you watch it, everybody's up at the line of scrimmage, and onside kicks are all about numbers, and then it's about just getting the job done. Each and every person has their own job to do, and you have to be able to complete your task. And if you don't, it goes the other way. Masterful call. The thing was done perfectly, and Chizik comes out looking like a genius. Right call, right time.
The fans that had left still hanging around in the walkways. Will they see Dyer carry it in? And there is the signal for the touchdown. Big comeback in the final 3.5 minutes for the Auburn Tigers as they erase a 10-point deficit. And the defending champs win their season opener. They got to sweat it out, but they get the W, 42-38.
Number 18, Montana State versus Sam Houston State.
Going deep down the far side. Akla made the acrobatic catch, one of the best you will ever see.
As well as advertised, Elvis Akla right here, a little slant and go against Daxton Swanson. He's in position, but Akla just went up and took the football away from him.
He had it behind his back, held it off the turf to make sure that it was a catch. Unbelievable. 40-yard pickup.
Not showing off, but I'm just going to grab it with one hand right there at the end. Oh, what a nice grab.
We have to look at that again. An amazing catch with a guy hanging on.
What's amazing is the ball's thrown low, so it's around the waist almost of Swanson. He goes up and grabs it, comes down with one hand. Hey, just give it to the official. Come on back and get some more.
Number 17, Alabama's Marquise Mays.
Breeding booms this one away. Marquise makes the catch at the 18. Big hole. He's to the 30. He's near side of the 40. He has the punter to beat. He does. Down the near sidelines. Others will come in and try and get a piece of it. And Mays goes the other way. Reverses across the field. Then comes back to the near side again. He absorbs a hit and he scores 82 yards on a return after a 42-yard punt.
That play was unbelievable. Just look at the focus and balance Mays has as he weaves his way through the Razorback special teams, eluding several Arkansas would-be tacklers. With 56 career punt returns, that 83-yarder into the end zone, his first and only for a touchdown. So now we move on to the first pick in the NFL draft in 2012, and a guy that drew comparisons to another former Stanford quarterback, John Elway. Andrew Luck finished his career ranked first all-time in touchdown passes, completion percentage, passing efficiency, and total offense at Stanford. But before we get into his spot in the countdown, let's take a look at the biomechanics behind what makes him so special.
Here's an ESPN Sports Science breakdown of the tools he'll bring to the pros. First, his arm. Luck releases the ball in as little as a third of a second. Release times as fast as we've measured by quick draw specialist Aaron Rodgers. And he doesn't just get rid of the ball quickly, he puts it on target. Accuracy is a combination of muscle memory and what's called kinetic depth perception. Luck's trained eyes can detect angular changes in a receiver's route as small as 0.1 degrees. Andrew Luck can reportedly throw the ball 70-plus yards. Impressive, but not as amazing as what he does on this play. Throwing for distance normally requires using the entire body, beginning with the feet. But here, Luck gets off a pass while falling down, in spite of the fact that he can't generate force by pushing off the ground or create torsion, the twisting motion that delivers optimal spin and velocity. He still launches the ball 50 yards downfield into a 5-yard gap between defenders. Next, his legs. Andrew Luck is the same weight as Tim Tebow, and he's an inch taller. And he also has a faster reported time in the 40. On this play, Luck accelerates to almost 18 miles an hour, and he doesn't back down from the hit, tacking on another 20 yards. And if all that's not enough, he also has pretty good hands.
Number 16, Stanford's Andrew Luck.
Well, I thought this was going to be Andrew's Heisman play. How many times over the years have we seen those defining moments? We can remember Cam Newton, right, jumping up and catching the ball in the end zone. And here goes Andrew Luck, the architectural major, the brainiac, the really smart pocket passer, showing everybody that he's a whole lot more than just a pocket passer. He's mobile, he's athletic, he shined at the combine running 4.640. And this play I thought pretty illustrative of his athletic ability. Not many guys, not many receivers or tight ends in college football make that play. Andrew Luck did it as a quarterback. Pretty special.
What a catch that was. Here are some more unbelievable catches from last season.
Prince throws left side. Rosario, what a catch! One-handed for the touchdown. Akla made the acrobatic catch, one of the best you will ever see. Oh, and a double dribble and a catch and a touchdown, Eric Ward. Are you kidding me? And a one-handed catch to the sideline. High, what a catch made by Stephen Hill. So going up top for Wright. Was it caught? Juggled and caught at the 40. These Razorbacks putting on a show tonight.
Pay attention to see how you...
Welcome back. We've already shown 10 of the top plays. Let's take a quick look back and recap those 10 plays. At number 25, it was Vanderbilt's Zach Stacy carrying the entire Kentucky D in the end zone.
Did he get it? Yes, he did. You're kidding me.
Followed by a brilliantly executed South Carolina fake punt.
It's a fake. Executed to perfection by South Carolina.
LaMichael James rushed in at number 23.
Touchdown, LaMichael James.
And Mississippi State's Chad Bumpus recovered very well at number 22.
82-yard punt return touchdown.
UCLA's Nelson Rosario made use of the defense at the 21 spot, while Sammy Watkins and Clemson put an end to Auburn's nation-leading win streak.
There goes Watkins. He'll take it all the way. Clemson leads. Touchdown.
At 19, Auburn made a gutsy call that paid off.
But Auburn will have the ball with 2:02 to go.
Montana State's Elvis Akpa stole the show with his acrobatics.
Akla made the acrobatic catch, one of the best you will ever see.
Alabama's Marquise Mays turning heads with his punt return.
He absorbs a hit and he scores 82 yards.
And Andrew Luck showing why he's not your ordinary quarterback and secured his place at number 16. Andrew Luck and LaMichael James certainly shined. They shattered records this past season. While the Pac-12 definitely had a couple of great plays in the countdown, it is, of course, the almighty SEC that continues to dominate on the field and in our top 25 plays. We've already seen why Bama's the reigning national champ and how risky moves can save a season. Well, the SEC already accounting for 5 of the first 10 plays we've seen. Let's see how many more can make the countdown.
Number 15, Arkansas's Jarius Wright.
So going up top for Wright. Was it caught? Juggled and caught at the 40. These Razorbacks putting on a show tonight. Never giving up on that ball. Jarius Wright. A picture of concentration here. Unbelievable. Going against a true freshman, Justin Coleman, who lucky he doesn't get called for pass interference. But how does he keep that ball alive? Because they saw this on the Diamond Vision. 1, 2, 3 off his face.
Number 14, Mississippi State versus Auburn.
Here we go. 18 seconds left. First and goal, Bulldogs. They'll line up in the end. Continues to tick. 10 seconds. Timeout. Game 9 is all the way down at the goal line.
Stay with what's got you here. Spread out. Put Chris Ralph back there where he gets a running start if that's where you choose to go. You know the options coming here.
It's 17.
I liked the play call by Dan Mullen at the end of that game. I went back. I went back and watched the tape. They had not been throwing it very well throughout the entire game. Again, they ran the football for over 330 yards. And if you go back and look at the last two drives they needed to get back into the game, they were gashing them with the option play. Auburn could not hold the edge. Vic Ballard kept getting outside. And it's a play on the goal line. You think I got a 250-pound quarterback? He can go get a yard. Get me a yard, and let's get this game into overtime.
Their 2-minute drill was running the ball. That's what they were doing.
It's a pretty good 2-minute drill if it works.
Number 13, East Carolina versus Marshall.
The funny thing to me about Aaron Dobson's catch, the first time I had seen it, I could not believe my eyes. I'm watching the play. When I'm watching the quarterback get rid of the football, I'm thinking, there is no way he's actually even trying to connect on this throw. This quarterback has no business even attempting this pass. It was pure sandlot football. Throw it up to your best receiver in the corner, let him go make a play. The football should have been intercepted. It got thrown way too far inside. And here's this Dobson going up with his right hand. He palms the football in midair, and he later cradled it, but I don't even think he needed his body to make this catch. Palmed it with his right hand, inside out, tucks it in. Huge touchdown at the end of the half one. But I was amazed. I got so excited just watching it. Probably the catch of the year, if you ask me, from all of 2011.
Those were a couple of spectacular catches we just saw at numbers 15 and 13. And although Oklahoma State's Justin Blackmon hasn't made the countdown just yet, let's look back on some of the amazing catches he made throughout the 2011 season.
Justin Blackmon to the right. Sweden back to pass. Pass is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. Caught by Blackmon to the 35-30. Blackmon on the loose. Pistols firing. Touchdown Oklahoma State. Justin Blackmon.
There he is. Blackmon. 10-5. Touchdown.
Blackmon is only the second player in college football history to win 2 straight Biletnikoff Awards. Let's apply his approach and technique as a wide receiver.
Justin Blackmon has caught at least 110 balls in each of the last 2 seasons. And this former Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year is a threat whenever he's on the field. At 6'1", with 34-inch arms and a 33-inch standing vertical leap, from a standstill, Justin can get a hand on the ball nearly 11 feet in the air, a reach greater than Plexico Burress's standing range, even though Plexico is 4 inches taller. But monster range doesn't help unless you can adjust to passes that are off target. I'm just going to throw you a bad pass. You can catch anything. I can catch anything. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Of all the acrobatic catches Blackmon made in our lab, the most impressive ones were snags made on balls over 3 feet behind him. How does he do it? Identifying the underthrown pass, Blackmon throws his right shoulder back 70 degrees in just 0.23 of a second before takeoff. By doing this, he converts his linear momentum to angular momentum. In the half second Blackmon is airborne, he makes minor adjustments to ensure his hands intersect with the ball's trajectory. And just as a figure skater uses his arms to control the speed of his spin, Blackmon controls his rate of rotation with the extension and retraction of his arms.
I think it's very important to be able to make last-minute adjustments in the air. You know, that's what separates the best from the good.
With a running start and his incredible ability to adjust on the fly, Justin Blackmon can create a target for a quarterback that's about the size of a 2-car garage.
Number 12, Baylor's Robert Griffin III.
And that ball's floating in the air and picked up by Kendall Wright. Touchdown, Bears. Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. The bounce into the arms goes for an 87-yard touchdown.
Oklahoma Baylor, everybody expected a big game. And here we are, and it's the middle of the third quarter, and it's time for a big play. And RG3, in that spread offense, has 3 receivers to the right, and he comes back, and he guns one down inside, off the receiver's hands, and it looks like it's going to be an incompletion. And Kendall Wright, with the wherewithal behind, picks it off and goes 87 yards, 6 points. And the legend continues to grow. And RG3, of course, does go on and win the Heisman Trophy. And this is a big reason why.
Number 11, West Virginia versus Clemson.
So from the 3, they bring Watkins back around from the other side. Just give it to Ellington, pounding up the middle. And the ball taken out by West Virginia back the other way. The Mountaineers took it out of his hands. And Darwin Cook is racing for a touchdown. How about that turnaround? Oh, man! Unbelievable.
Whoever plays the hardest, the longest wins. Backed up in a game where, let's face it, they didn't need to score any more points. West Virginia put 70 on Clemson. Darwin never gave up on the play, continued to play through, took the ball, took it to the house, and even got that piano off his back the last 10 yards.
Speaking of defense and just ripping footballs away, we've got 10 more plays to go, and we haven't seen LSU's Tyrann Mathieu. The Honey Badger was fearless and knew no limits when it came to opposing offenses. So where does he rank and which play makes the countdown? Find out when we return. Welcome back to the 2011 Top 25 College Football Plays of the Year.
The ball is back loose.
Tyrann Mathieu picked up the fumble.
Touchdown, LSU, Mathieu.
It's picked up. Matthew's going to score a touchdown.
I think I've seen guys make plays like this, you know, in every year. Just Tyrann Mathieu seems to make them in every game himself.
He's one of the most dynamic playmakers in all of college football.
How do you actually kind of see it all happening and kind of break it down as you go?
The days before the game, you have to dream about that. You have to think about that, you know, like I joke around all the time, you know, even when you're with girls, you know, you have to think about making those big-time plays.
That's what you're thinking about when you're out with girls?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What do they think about that?
You know, they just giggle, you know, but I think they understand me a little bit more.
How tall are you?
5'9.5".
How often do you think about it when you're playing a Florida or an Alabama or any other school in the SEC that maybe thought you were too small?
You know, I think about it a lot. I went to camp with those guys, you know, and, you know, I kind of thought I was better than those guys, you know, a little bit. So, you know, it kind of hurts me, but I just have to go out there and, you know, just stay in my zone, you know, and try to be the best that I could be now.
This one, guided by a keen sense of smell, is on the trail of a snake.
Can we talk a little bit about this phenomenon that's catching on worldwide here?
That's the honey badger.
You've been nicknamed this by teammates. How did this story go?
I think it started with the fans, you know, and then Coach Chavis, you know, brought it up in a meeting, you know, and how everybody should play like the honey badger. So a lot of guys on the team, you know, ran with that.
It attacks snakes, it goes into beehives and gets stung, bit by cobras. The personality that is depicted by the honey badger, I see that in 7.
The honey badger strikes again. Unbelievable.
I definitely want to win a national championship, you know, and I think you have to set goals like that for yourself, you know, to really bring out the best in yourself.
We all learned it. The honey badger knows no fear. Tyrann Mathieu made some game-changing plays, but before we get to him in the countdown, let's look at another LSU defensive play because, as a unit, this group had some historical moments in 2011.
Number 10, LSU versus Alabama.
Mays is in at quarterback and takes a snap. Now he drops back and wants to throw and throws it towards the end zone. Has a man wide open, and he has got it at the 1 yard. Oh, it's picked off. It is picked off. It was intended for Williams, but Reed came up with a football at the goal line.
LSU versus Alabama, game of the century. Eric Reed makes the play of the game of the century. Alabama driving, and they try a trick play. And Marquise Mays fakes a handoff, and he's got a tight end wide open, running down the sidelines. And when I'm watching the play live, I'm thinking, that's it. This is a touchdown, and it's ball game. Alabama's going to find a way to win this game at home. They're going to be the #1 ranked team and go undefeated. This has been a great back-and-forth contest. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes safety Eric Reid into the screen. And I'm thinking, okay, he's going to jump up. He may have a chance to bat this ball down. He may try to make a tackle once this tight end's made the catch. Instead, he goes up, and he actually fights the tight end for the football, high points it over top of the tight end, and somehow has the strength to wrestle the football out of his hands, gets down right at the 1-yard line. Game-saving play by Eric Reid. Remarkable defensive effort, and I think that's the play. If LSU points back, the reason why they won that game is because Eric Reid made that remarkable interception.
Number 9, Oklahoma versus Baylor.
He has time, launches it to the end zone. Touchdown! Terrence Williams! A 34-yard touchdown with 8 seconds remaining. Robert Griffin III adds to his legacy. 479 yards and 4 touchdowns on a magical night.
And he buys the time with his feet, and then his eyes find the back of the corner. But keep in mind, Art Briles was willing to let this thing go. He was going to run the clock out, but they tempted fate, and fate answered with a 6-point throw to seemingly finish this game.
It seems there has always been something about Robert Griffin III.
Number 8, Missouri's James Franklin.
Play action fake, looking back left. Franklin has time, moving to his right, not chased by defenders. Trucks it, gets to the 20, cuts it inside 15, breaks the tackle to the 10, spins off a man at the 6, to the 5, touchdown to the house. Yes, James Franklin with a terrific run.
In every game, but especially in big games, there comes a point, usually at the beginning of the game, where you want to be able to set the tone. And in this particular game, Texas A&M versus Missouri, James Franklin, Missouri quarterback, he decides to set the tone. Now, it's not like he said, on this play, I'm going to do this. It just happens. And it's a breakdown. And it's his ability to improvise that just turns it into something special. And the specialness of it is also wrapped up in the physicality of how he does it. He gets onto the outside, and he just lowers his shoulder, and he serves notice that, look, we are not going anywhere. This is going to be an all-game-long thing, and he sets the tone early.
Number 7, Baylor's Kendall Wright.
Griffin well protected. He exploits the middle of the field and finds Kendall Wright. Right down the sideline. Can he stay in bounds? Reaches for the pylon, and he's in. Touchdown Baylor. What a play by Kendall Wright.
The vertical jump, the overall athletic ability, like a ballerina, just tight roping down the sidelines, having the awareness to knowing where that end zone is and sticking the ball out. Just a rare athletic feat, really on both ends, to show the balance and really the beautiful game that is football when you see athletes playing to the level they can, and also the rare explosion athletic ability that Kendall Wright has.
Number 6, LSU's Morris Claiborne.
From the 1 is Claiborne. Burst to the 35, 40, 45, midfield. Won't catch him, folks. A 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by sophomore Morris Claiborne.
Set up perfectly. He's dangerous. He's got tremendous speed. Picks up a few blocks. How about the shake right there? I thought he might just kind of be pushed out of bounds right there, but he doesn't give up on the play, and neither does the convoy of blockers. Looked like he might get pushed out. He keeps fighting to be able to try to find a crease, and eventually he found it. And again, the blockers didn't give up on him either. That's pride and a lot of athletic ability to be able to make this play. Right there, doesn't go out of bounds. Now he's got a chance to take it to the house.
So LSU strikes again and takes that number 6 spot with that Mo Claiborne 99-yard kick return. I'm telling you, just exhausting just watching that run. But now we're down to the top 5 plays of the 2011 college football season. I'm going to give you a hint as to what number 5 is. How about Big House? How about first night game? You got it yet?
Number 5, Notre Dame versus Michigan.
Starts Smith in motion. He's going to throw for it. He's got to throw it to the end zone. Lobs it up. One-on-one. Cut. Michigan touchdown. I can't believe this. Rory Roundtree. There's a penalty flag thrown at the 2-yard line. Touchdown is the call on the field with 2 seconds remaining. It counts.
I'll never forget that last touchdown pass by Denard Robinson to Roy Roundtree. You know, really, it was remarkable that Michigan even had a chance to win that football game at all. Notre Dame had just gone ahead with 30 seconds to go in the game. Denard Robinson has all these heroics, getting his team in even a position to go ahead and win the football game. And all season long, people talk about these jump ball, Hail Mary type prayer throws that Denard Robinson completed throughout the year. This was actually one of those throws that I believe was perfectly executed as a back shoulder throw. He had Roy Roundtree lined up to his right, one-on-one, gave his wide receiver an opportunity to make a back shoulder catch. Really was a perfect throw by Denard Robinson with a perfect trajectory and touch. In the end, Michigan wins the game with 2 seconds left to go on the clock, and as a result, they beat Notre Dame 3 times in a row for the first time since 1908.
Well, it's a great win for Michigan, you know, and we've got so many great players who have played here and played in this rivalry. It's just a lot of fun.
Number 4, LSU's Tyrann Mathieu.
Now Barner is back deep again for the Ducks, and this is a beautiful punt. Back to the 15, running backwards, loose, free ball, touchdown, LSU. Mathieu picks it up and runs in, and LSU strikes.
I'll tell you something, when you need a play, you turn to your playmaker, Mathieu, who last year as a freshman made it happen, and he gets off to a huge start here as a sophomore campaign.
Tyrann Mathieu finished last year with a title of saying, you know, this kid has playmaking ability. And so going into the beginning of the season, here's LSU, and they're playing Oregon, and everybody's looking at this. And always remember this, great players make big plays in big games, and they do it at the opportune time.
Tyrann Mathieu picked up the fumble for LSU and took it into the end zone for a score.
With 3 plays to go, which one of these will be the top college football play of the 2011 season?
Boy, Houdini's in the house. We're at number 3. Touchdown, Hogs!
Tracks it to the end zone. Michigan State's got it.
Shake it, bake it, and he makes it.
Welcome back to the 2011 College Football Plays of the Year. Let's recap the last few, starting with number 10. LSU turned the tides on Alabama and snuck into that 10 spot.
It is picked off. It was intended for Williams, but Reed came up with a football at the goal line.
At number 9, RG3 showed us some late game heroics.
Touchdown, Terrence Williams!
While Missouri's James Franklin bumped in at number 8.
Touchdown to the house. Yes, James Franklin with a terrific run.
Baylor tightrope the sidelines and claimed that 7 spot.
Can he stay in bounds? And he's in! Touchdown, Baylor!
LSU's Morris Claiborne went 99 yards and scored 6.
Won't catch him, folks. A 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
While Michigan at number 5 pulled off the first night win in the Big House against arch rival Notre Dame.
Lobs it up, one-on-one, cut! Michigan, touchdown! I can't believe this!
And of course, it was the Honey Badger, LSU's Tyrann Mathieu, with that ridiculous strip and score off the punt return at number 4.
Back to the 15, running backwards, loose, free ball, touchdown, LSU. Mathieu picks it up and runs in.
So that leaves us with the top 3 plays of the 2011 season. We'll start it off with a truly amazing and athletic run that stopped everyone, including the Ole Miss defense in their tracks, and had everyone around college football talking.
Number 3.
With all due respect to Hall of Famer and one of the greats of all time, Jim Brown, when he calls Trent Richardson just an ordinary running back, I'm curious if Jim Brown has watched this play closely.
If you had to pick one play that defined Trent Richardson's season, it was this play against Ole Miss.
Alabama's Trent Richardson.
Takes the handoff again. Breaks 3 tackles, gets away. And Trent Richardson picking up a couple blocks. He might take it. Cuts back, stays on his feet. What a move. Shake it, bake it, and he makes it. Touchdown.
Look at his legs. Look at the strength of this guy. Remember, Trent's a guy that could bench 450 pounds, 500 pounds, whatever you want to throw on the bench, whatever you want to throw on the squad, he can do all of that. But then how many power lifters can stop on a dime and break someone's ankle like that? I don't know if you've been to the gym lately. You're not going to see many of those guys who can bench and squat show that kind of athleticism. Not an ordinary play by any stretch.
And Trent Richardson, on this memorable one, at the beginning of the play, he makes you miss, and then he's down the right sideline. His ability to be able to make big plays in big games, that's always what separates people.
Starts the play to his left, makes 3 guys miss in the backfield, gets into the middle of the field, tremendous speed out to the right-hand side. All of a sudden, puts his foot in the ground, and I think he tore both ACLs from the safety number 21 of Ole Miss that tried to tackle him, ends up going into the end zone untouched. This was the play that was put on Trent Richardson Heisman reel.
Number 2.
In 2011, Joe Adams was an excellent receiver for the Arkansas Razorbacks, but he was an even better big play player, especially when it came to returning kicks.
Arkansas's Joe Adams.
Line drive punt taken at the 40. That's Adams. Trying to reverse this field. And everybody's staying home. Now he does a tightrope act. Boy, Houdini's in the house. Wearing number 3. And nobody's home to watch that house. Touchdown, Hogs! Holy Hogs!
I don't think there's any other play in college football this season where one guy stole the show.
And I'm still not sure what I just saw. I'm sure there was a moment right about here where Bobby Petrino is saying, get down, we're at the 35. Are you kidding me? What are you doing? And then he gets a couple of good blocks. And right there is where he turns on the jet.
I don't know if a football player ever on an individual play made more guys miss than this play. It looked like he made 20 guys miss. It was like a Little League soccer game with everybody just following the football.
Easy. If he didn't fake out the whole team, he faked them out at least twice, down the sideline, and in grand fashion, 6 points.
If you go back and watch it, he actually makes the same 3 guys miss him twice. It was an unbelievable effort by Joe Adams, easily one of the plays of the year.
Great plays are great plays, but there's something to be said about big moments in big games with big-time implications. That said, let's look back at some of the great finishes from this past season.
And they will give it to McNeil straight ahead of the ball. Fumbled into the end zone. Stanford dives on it. A.J. Tarpley recovers, and Stanford wins the game. The ball popped loose from McNeil, and Tarpley chased after it into the end zone. Pounced on it, and Stanford somehow survived.
Half minute to play in the 4th quarter. Miller flushed. Wants to throw. Now he's going to do what he can with his legs. No, he will throw. Lobs it to the end zone. Touchdown! Devin Smith. It's all come down to double zeros and 1 play. Russell Wilson steps up. Pressure on. He's hit from behind, and the ball just flutters incomplete. It's over, and Ohio State with the upset.
For the game and to keep the unbeaten season alive. There's the snap. There's the hold. Goodale's kick is up. It's going. It's going. And it is so good. Wide to the right, and TCU has snapped Boise State's unbeaten season.
Regan to start the second overtime. Ball's in the air, and it is intercepted by Terry Benton. Nearly a 4-touchdown underdog was Iowa State, and now ready to shock the college football world. Woody. Touchdown! They did it! I'm not sure that this field can fit all 52,000, but they're going to try.
How about Iowa State? Still hard to believe that happened. They erased a 17-point second-half deficit, got their biggest win in program history against an Oklahoma State team that hadn't lost all season. In fact, that, in all likelihood, kept the Cowboys out of the national title game. And that leads us to the top play of 2011. Easy to say the Hail Mary is one of the most memorable plays in all of college football. Almost 30 years later, we still talk about Doug Flutie and that Hail Mary against Miami. So it's only fitting that Kirk Cousins' Hail Mary to a former quarterback, by the way, Keith Nichol, claims the #1 play.
Number 1.
It's the end of the game. There's so many seconds left. We have one chance to do it, and I'm going to make the play.
Every time you watch a Hail Mary pass, you think it's not going to get completed.
Wisconsin versus Michigan State.
Cousins on the last play of regulation. Chucks it to the end zone. Caught! Michigan State's caught it on a rebound. Hold on. It is just short of the end zone. Instant replay. We'll take a look at this.
I remember Kirk Cousins throwing the football and thinking, Jared Aberdarius is on the field. He's going to knock this thing down. Oh, no, it went over his hands. Bounces off B.J. Cunningham's face. I'm thinking, oh, it's going to fall on the ground. Oh, no, it lands right in the hands of Keith Nichol. Oh, but he's tackled at the goal line.
Ball was caught by Keith Nichol. Take a look.
Aberdarius gets in the air and gets a hand on it. Nichol is right in the front. It comes right into his hands. Does the ball cross the plane? Taylor is fighting like crazy to prevent it from breaking the plane. Boy, it was really close.
After further review, the runner did cross the line.
Touchdown, Michigan State. With a miracle ending.
How great was that? 25 great plays. The 2011 college football top 25 plays of the year. Now you've seen it. Now you're ready for fall. Now you're ready for college football season. Thank you so much for hanging with us.